to thank those people who thought, although I don't necessarily agree with them, that I was worthy to be counted among the people in the Hall of Fame. But thank you for the faith you had in me and the faith you've had in my programs and in my students. I'm very grateful. I know that certain folks put in an awful lot of effort over an awful long time. I have more nominations than Susan Lucci, I think. But I'm very, very grateful for them.
Any success that I have had, I've stood on the shoulders of so many wonderful people who have made so many suggestions for the improvement of software and have been encouraging in so many ways. The list would be very long of people who have contributed to any success that I have had. But the biggest thank you would be to my own coaches, to my high school coach, Frank Cruz, who made speech and debate activities fun. And it became a lifetime thing for me.
Well, to the community that nominated me, I have just, I guess, one passing rule. I have always been so blessed with students who were talented, with visionary administrators, and with supportive colleagues and parents. And so for me, I accept this award on behalf of all of them because it truly does take a village to build a successful program and to propel our kids into the future with the tools that they need to survive.
Well, I am very humbled and still a little shocked about this award, but I am so appreciative. The NSDA and speech and debate has been my life. It's been my career. It's been my husband's career. So to know that we have contributed to this institution and to this great activity is very special to me to be honored like this.
I am unbelievably humbled by this honor. I have had the pleasure of watching so many incredible coaches and members of the community be inducted over the years, and to think that I even have a mild place among that group of individuals is, well, it's kind of just astonishing and hard to believe.
When TRPC was first developed in 1985, and this was well before it was used at the national tournament, Bill Newnham was assistant debate coach at Emory at that time, and he and I were involved in trying to bring computerization into the Barclay Forum for High Schools tournament at Emory. The head coach at Emory at that time was Judge Pelham. He hated computers. Melissa Wade, who was the active debate coach at that time, and Bill had a really, really difficult time convincing him to even give it a try. So we tried it for the first time in 1985. Bill and I were convinced it was going to work like clockwork, and we'd tested it a lot. But I will have to say, back at that time, computer storage was very slow. So the big mistake that I made at that early time was it wasn't saving regularly to a memory device. It was an active computer memory, only saving occasionally just to save time. We had the first round go out. We thought, great. We had waited until just a few minutes before the first round was supposed to go out. And we hadn't yet produced the schedule. We wanted to get the ballots out first. Went to produce the schedule, but something happened, and my memory is kind of black at this point. I think someone walked behind the computer and unplugged it. And so we lost the schedule. Well, we could easily reschedule, but it would re-randomize, and we would have no idea what these judges were walking all over the campus ready to judge. And so, we redid the schedule. We sent all over the campus to try to recollect all of the judges. And of course, all of this time, Judge Pelham was, I told you so, computers will be the end of speech and debate. We got the tournament started an hour and a half late. It was an absolutely amazing thing that Judge Pelham, after much pleading, allowed us to use it again the next year.
One of the most important lessons that I've learned in speech and working with debate students is how important public service is. As a theater teacher, I always chose plays or musicals or productions that had an opportunity for our students to engage in public service. So for example, when we did the Katrina project, it was really important to me that we help victims as opposed to bringing the message of that Category 5 storm to the stage. So we performed all over the country, had a congressional call for performance, played Washington, D.C., Orlando. We even did a stint at the Dallas National Tournament of NSDA. And we raised over $500,000 for victims. And even today, the play continues to raise money for victims of natural disasters worldwide. I've always said theater has an obligation to educate as well as to entertain. And so that notion of public service has always been at the forefront of everything that I've done.
Other activities are what you call in mathematics sometimes a closed set. If I have a particular sport that allows me to take this round object from here and put it there, that teaches you a lot of things about how to move a round object from here to here. Speech and debate is not a closed set like that. Like athletics, it teaches you to get together and contribute to something which is greater than yourself. It asks you to reach out to other people and help younger people. But then, and I guess I'm preaching to the choir here, what do you get objectively after that from speech and debate? You get the ability to communicate. You get the ability to learn. You are in a graced place where you can have your challenges and your biases challenged and find out if what you have believed for very, very long about politics or religion or anything else is indeed the truth.
Why is speech and debate important in the world today? I think it is because, number one, we need to learn to communicate. And when I watch people try to debate issues and explain issues, I find that they've not been trained to communicate in a way that they're effective. And I think that's a very important thing. I think that students need to understand that they are going to use their voices and their minds in any career they go into, and that they need to learn how to communicate to their employers and communicate to their employees, communicate to their family. I think the biggest problem right now, almost in any area of life, is a breakdown in communication. And I think that speech and debate offers a training that is invaluable, that will be a lifetime skill that these students can use.
The bottom line is, speech and debate is the secret sauce. There are a million different ways to try to couch it, but the bottom line is that the skills that are gained in the activity are a superpower. There's no other way that I can think to say it. We are giving students a superpower which they have the opportunity then to become heroes of this world. I can think of no other activity that comprehensively gives the skills that I think give students an edge and actually lead to the type of success, finding yourself, knowing who you truly are as a human and how you want to impact society than speech and debate. It's the superpower, and we get to make superheroes.